from across the country and around the world is moments away with an ABC News update on 89 WLS and WLSAM.com.
5:53 Awake with Jake in the 7 o'clock hour. We're going to have the Alderman Hunter with us. Man who goes after big game right here. You know, you just heard that little promotion for Rowan Roper for the show about when the president comes to town. Last Saturday when he was here, we joked about him getting up and making his own breakfast. He overslept last Saturday. Did you see that? Did you see those stories? He overslept. And then he went to, they showed the pictures of him walking down the block in Kenwood, going to visit a friend. And he was supposed to get out of Chicago early. And he didn't leave till around 2, 3 o'clock. Which didn't bother me at all. But you know who it bothered? He was here for fundraisers, remember? Big money fundraisers. He's been on the fundraising tour for 3.5 years. He had 6 last Friday between Wisconsin and Illinois, and he never went into Wisconsin. He never really endorsed the mayor of Milwaukee in the recall election on Twitter, but he never actually went and got on the ground. And anyway, he had the big fundraisers here, and some of his big supporters who wrote the big money checks. What was it? $35,800 a person checks. They had their private planes. They wanted to take off, but they couldn't take off until the president left Chicago. They wouldn't let private planes go up in the airspace over Chicago. So these big fat cat donors who paid big money couldn't leave town because of him. I just love that kind of whatever. Peggy in Chicago. Peggy, you're on 89 WLS.
Oh, Jake, I got the joke that's going around Wisconsin about the gangbanger that was in the back of the class, the high school class on Milwaukee. The guy was making all kinds of, noise and disrupting the class and everything. And the teacher goes back and he says, "Listen, if you want to learn, sit down, be quiet, and learn. And if you don't, go to Illinois." It's great. Anyway, did you hear the other? Your producer's going to have to check on this, but there's a bill to pass the U.S. House of Representatives that says the government can put out propaganda as news. If they pass that, we're all in trouble. But I thought you might like to have something to check on. It's always nice, All
right, let's go to Peggy in Chicago. Peggy, you're on 89 WLS.
Am I on?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Do you want to hear the joke?
What joke?
This is the joke from Wisconsin.
Stop it. I already heard it.
Oh, you did? Okay, all right.
See you, Peggy. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Next time she calls, tell her I moved to Bogota. Here's a story we may get to later. This is out of Georgia. There was a shooting at a funeral down in Georgia. 2 were killed, 2 wounded, 3 dead. I got to tell you, I am so excited about what's coming up in the show. You get stuff here you don't get anywhere else. And there is some good stuff coming that you're going to be able to talk about. If you're going to a party tonight, you'll be able to talk about this. You'll say, hey, I heard this on the Awake with Jake show. And you're going to tell people what you're going to hear, and people will not believe you. True story, really. Yeah, I was down coming back from Nashville, driving back. I stopped at a chain, not a McDonald's or Wendy's or Burger King, but was it one of the other big ones that you see? And I wanted to get one of those big ices because it was hot. And reading the menu board, they had the 4 sizes, and I said I want the 219 one. And I said, are you sure? Yeah, okay, fine. And how much will it be? $216 with tax. But I said, this is the $219 one now, right? Yeah, oh, it is. Well, it wasn't. So anyway, I was in line at the drive-thru, and this is a place where if the line is there, they'll come out to the car and get the money. So it was $216. I had a $5 bill and 26 cents, a quarter and a penny. Figuring I didn't want a whole bunch of change back. I would get the $3.10. Well, it threw this poor girl for a loop. She gives me $2 back and 85 cents. And I said, no, I gave you that. You owe me another $1 and you owe me a dime. And she gave it back to me. But as I was driving away, she kept looking, and she was trying to figure it out. I think she probably thought I took her for money, that I confused her. Anyway, you won't get confused here. This is the Awake with Jake show. More to come right here on 89 WLS.
89 WLS.